Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to Art School Live. I'm coming to you live from Colorado, where it's a little chilly today, so hopefully you're a little warmer wherever you are. My name is Kari Stober. I've been with Streamline Publishing for 13 years, and I have the privilege of being your guest host this week while Eric is traveling back from Italy from his Paint Switzerland trip. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited for today's show. We have watercolor artist Hema Gupta, I wanted to make sure I said that right, joining us today. So let's bring her in and chat. Hi, Hema. How are you?
Hello. Hi, Kari. Thanks for having me today.
Yes, I'm so glad you could join us. And I actually just remembered the first time I met you was hiking down the trail at Lake Tahoe.
That's true. That's correct. Actually, we did probably see each other at the convention, but we didn't talk. And then I saw you guys, and we were also hiking with my family. And I said, oh, yeah, everyone was wearing those plaid hats. That was great.
Hema, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from New Jersey.
Oh, okay. That's where my husband's family is from.
Okay. Yeah, the colors have just started changing, so it's a little chilly now.
Yeah. What are you going to be sharing with us today?
Yeah, today, so I am going to show you how I paint like a street scene. I'm basically trying to capture some strong light. And, we all look for, when painting outdoors, sometimes we look for like the golden hour, like the good, nice shadows. And this scene that I'm going to share today, I was actually taking a walk in mid-afternoon, and they were in the summer. So I saw this sharp light and the glint of the sun on the windshields of the cars and just in my neighborhood. So I took a picture, and I really loved painting that. I did a small and another bigger version earlier, but that's what I'm trying to show today, like how to basically save your white so that you can capture some strong light in on a landscape using watercolors.
Oh, this is going to be great. I'm terrible at watercolors, so this is going to be, I'm excited for this. So let's go ahead. We'll get this show started so Hema can get set up, and we'll see you guys soon.
It's Art School Live with Eric Rose. Now, here's your host, Eric Rose.
Kari Stober. Welcome to Art School Live. I'm so glad that you guys are joining us today. We have watercolor artist Hema Gupta from New Jersey. She's going to be showing us how she captures light in a street scene, making sure you save your whites to kind of bring those in. And I'm really excited because I am not a watercolor artist. I love, love, love color. And the first time being a pastel artist, you always go dark to light. The first time I painted with watercolors, I did that same thing, start with dark to light, and realized very quickly that watercolor is not the same. So that one is very much a challenge for me to paint with. So I'm really excited. Hema is getting her set up ready. If you guys have not painted with her before, she is fantastic. So I'm really excited for this. Let's go ahead and let Hema take it away.
Okay. I want to know if I'm upside down or not.
You're not upside down, but you are sideways. So It needs to go to the left.
Okay. So here?
No, the camera needs to go to the left because we're looking down on it sideways.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. So can you see my reference photo here on the table?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So this is the photograph I am going to use as a reference today. And as I was mentioning, this is a street in my neighborhood. And what I'm trying to do today, I will try to capture this light, and we have to remember, like, this light actually is more pronounced because of these shadows that we see here. So if we were not to draw these shadows or paint these shadows, it will, come out not that, with the contrast will not be there. Right. So this is what I'm going to try to capture. And maybe if you want, I can, and I'm just going to paint on 140-pound watercolor paper. This is an Arches paper. And I don't know, should I show about my colors first, or I could just...
Yeah, let us get a chance to look at those before you get started.
Yeah. So I will try to use some limited colors today. And again, the idea is to show how to save your whites. Mostly that would be the key takeaway. Because in watercolor, the white is coming from that of the paper. So if you end up covering a lot of your paper and you're not using transparent colors to let the light of the paper shine through, you will not get that effect or luminosity in your painting. So here I have like turquoise. I don't know if I'll use it, but this is ultramarine yellow, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue. Again, I think a turquoise. I have some violet here, and lavender basically. This is a little opaque. And then I have some neutral tint. I just squeezed it out just now. Don't know if I'll use it. This is some cadmium yellow deep and lemon yellow, because I do intend to paint some greens of the street and the trees. And this is just burnt sienna and some bright red. And this is alizarin crimson. I think those are the few colors I'll usually probably use in this painting today. I did squeeze out some sap green to make things faster, but sometimes I usually mix my greens. Today, I'll probably use some of the sap green and a little of violet, again, just to drop into the shadows. So yeah, I mean, one thing I would say about painting in watercolors is you have to just, have fun with it and not be too careful. I think with me, at least, that's what happens. If I'm too careful, then, it becomes a little stiff. And I think I enjoy the process. So whether it, it comes out good or not to your satisfaction, but at least you will enjoy the process. And that's what, it makes it fun. So I was thinking maybe I should sketch it earlier, but I thought I can show my approach also when I'm trying to capture something like this. It does seem a lot is going on, but my focus would be on the cars here and getting the perspective of this street sort of correct. And the idea of this, you see how this hazy sunlight in the back is pushing all those trees, and there is a lamp or whatever. So when I first see this, I'm observing where my darks are. Like you see how, and having these at the end would actually make the light even more pop even more. So I am noticing that there is these dark shadows. Yeah, and yeah, please feel free to interrupt me or ask me any questions. I can
I will,
talk
yes.
while I think. So so I intend to. So the first thing, my major focus would be to keep this part as white as, like, retain the white of the paper. And this is where you see how this sharp light is. And I will also focus on making sure I capture my shadows and these darks. So those are the kind of things I thought about before starting this. And like I said, I've done it. So let's get started. I will start sketching it in. And again, my focus would be to get like some of these man-made, like the car, sort of okay, and not mess them up, because that's where the focus would be, right?
Okay.
Okay. So let me get started. So I'm trying to capture where the horizon will be maybe a little bit lower. Let's see. And again, I don't really draw. I'm just trying to get an idea of where and you see how this ends sort of here. So I'm going to try to get that perspective. Let's see. And again, I don't try to draw very straight lines. This is just something it helps me to keep it loose. If I draw like with a scale or something, then I tend to, paint also very stiffly. So it's just something so maybe this is too wide. And I am adjusting as I go. And, as everyone knows, probably like drawing is very important. So if you get your drawing accurate, it will show in the painting eventually. So I'm just trying to clean up some of the lighten some of the lines. And I'm going to get the placement of my cars before I do anything else. And I think here will be the one at the back. I'm going to just get an idea of where this one, and the car here is basically the start of the show. So I'm going to take a little bit more time to sketch this carefully. And again, I'm going to sort of erase this line here. Reason being, I want to remember that I don't want to paint around here.
Yes.
So that's the thing with watercolors, if you lose that light in the beginning, so it's hard to get it back. So it's better to be a little careful upfront and think about it, plan for it. And, with practice, you sort of don't have to think too much, I feel. Like you do get better at it the more you do. And I have been painting outdoors a lot. So, and it's just maybe the nature of where I live, a lot of, just suburban scenes out there. So I end up painting cars and streets and not so much as like pure landscape. It's just like a wooded area or something. So slowly I have got a little better with my drawings of these cars and
When
these
you
street scenes.
are when you are out in the field doing this plein air style, do you still do this type of sketch?
Yeah, I do. I mean, definitely, like I said, if here I have this car, which I need to get sort of accurate. If there are just like trees and a stream or something I'm doing, then there may not be that much drawing. But yeah, if I'm doing a street scene, I definitely place like the, all the like the any buildings, like some sort of idea of where things will go. So I think I'm okay with this for today, And if we look at it, I'm going to hold this back. I may bring this lower. Now I'm trying to gauge like where the rest of my things will go. So something like this. And here I'm going to make the curve. And like I said, I try, to me, I enjoy making it a little like, it doesn't have to be perfect. And that's what like painting for me, speaks, instead of having a perfectly straight lines or, then you can as well, I mean, to each his own, I would say, everybody has their own preference. So for me, enjoy making, it doesn't have, it should look like a painting, like a painterly
Right.
scene. So what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to remember where these, and this would be sort of like the green here. And I want to capture that because see how nice it makes it look like bright. So I do intend to capture that. And this will be some shadow beneath the other car. And I'm trying to be not too careful with the other car here. Probably paint it very quickly with some strokes. So, okay. And then this tree. This is very important in this composition because here, this helps to balance this light. You see how there is some sort of backlight happening. So I will try to, this will help push the other things back, the other things in the back, like the small trees and hedges. So I want to capture that here. I'm going to probably erase some of this. And let's see. So again, I'm just sort of putting how far I want it to go. Nothing too careful. And here I'll probably add this. Just put this here. So again, like I mentioned, I do intend to get this dark here. So I'm sort of reminding myself how it will look. So I just shaded it. I do that a little bit sometimes when I'm painting outdoors so that I, remind myself that this is where my darks would go. Because at some point, when you're painting outdoors too, or even indoors, I would say, you will get the idea of the painting will take you, at some point you will stop looking at your reference and say, okay, I think here I need to add something to make the composition or to capture the light. And you can do that. I mean, feel free to change things around. And so I'm trying to just capture, again, this side of the scene, this tree will, sort of balance this other tree out. and provide some and again an opportunity to get some darks beneath this and some shadows to again enhance the light. So I'm not copying the reference as this. I'm just saying that, this is enough to capture the idea of some street and a sidewalk. And then I want to capture these hedges here. So let's do that. And one other tip I would like to share is that when you are painting something like this, even a landscape where you have maybe mountains or something, if you leave some whites towards where your horizon is or in the distance, you will have a sense of distance and light. So try not to put too many darks at the back there, so that area remains in the back. I mean, we can call it like atmospheric perspective and all, but so that's the idea. Try not to put too many darks in the back, and that will give depth to your scene. So, at this point, I think I will start painting. So all I did was I have some idea, there is some tree here. And you see how these sidewalk stones are. So I'm just going to capture something. So it also helps you create this perspective. See how they start getting bigger as they come in the foreground. So here we have it. And I'm going to put some dark lines that remind me that we have to leave some space here. Just again, to get started. So basically, I'm going to just also draw the shadow or something. So this is my sketch, actually. I think I'm going to just get started. Some of it will come together as I paint. And maybe I'll put in a car here. There is something here again to show some objects in the back. Actually, this is it. I think I'm going to get started. I might end up putting some, you see how there is some poles and some mailboxes. So yeah, Kari, if there are any questions, let me know.
We're all just sitting here intently watching.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So me start with my first wash. And so that's what I'll do. I'll start with some, here I don't have much sky showing and I just would like to keep it that way. So I'll just go on with some of my cooler tones in the back. So let's see. I'm probably going to lift it a bit. Is this okay? Can you still see?
Yeah.
So I'm not, let me see if I want to wet the paper, maybe a little bit, so that it will help it flow. But I'll be careful not to come down all the way, because as the color changes, I want to have some of that brown or something in the street, like light shade. So I'm going to just wet it all the way up till there. So let's see. And I am going to also, I have this paper towel here, which I use to keep wiping my excess paint. I'm going to, I don't know if you can see, but I'm going to drop in some, because I like I said, I want to capture some sort of cooler trees back there. So, and this one I want to capture in some warm tones. So I am going to add this, use some cadmium yellow in the green, and I'm going to mix in some burnt sienna. So, it's probably, it is a little brighter, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter too much.
So
And
do
I
you
can,
always wet the paper first before you start applying, or is that just what you did in this particular instance?
yeah, not always, not always. It depends. Like if I see that, my outdoors and things may not dry too fast, I sometimes skip it and try to control the moisture myself. I mean, the amount, wash like by lifting the paper and then having much more water in the brush. Today I just thought I can, do it this way. But I don't always wet the paper. So I'm going to, similarly on the right side, I'm going to get some of that warm color. And I was thinking today, like maybe I should throw in some, change it to a fall scene, but I said, okay, it's fine. Add some reds or something. But
Mei Yin is asking, do you typically paint back to front, like background to foreground?
yes, I do. I
Is
usually do
there a
that.
reason why?
It just makes it easier for me because if you do something here, and I am a little impatient, so as I paint fast. So what happens is if I paint something here, I end up putting my hand on it, which has happened many times. So I try. I mean, I just got used to painting like this, I should say, because as I come down, this part will start drying, and then when I'm done with here, I can just go and be more. And also sometimes if I'm not too careful, what happens is the water can run down, and this is just me, Um, everybody. Sometimes, I could also paint my objects of like in the focal area first. So now what I'm trying to do is see if I can, remember what my colors are. I'm looking at my reference as I'm doing this. And I think what I want to do is I'll lift this extra paint because I want to get this sidewalk in some warm color. I'll probably use, again, some burnt sienna, just a hint of ultramarine blue in there maybe, just to tone it down a little bit. But I'm using very, very watery washes at this point. And I don't know. It looked a little dark, but I'll just go with it. It might soften as I go. So, and you have also, Kari, keep me honest with the time. I will.
Oh yeah, that's good. I always get
Yeah.
distracted because I get so.
And I was thinking like this scene is a little complicated with the, getting all the objects in and the cars and all. So I was thinking, should I do this or not? But I figured it will be a good exercise. So I would like to, like, if we end up at a situation where, I'm running late, then I will switch to doing the cars first. So that's because that's the main thing I wanted to show today.
Laura is asking, did you stretch your paper beforehand?
No, I just took the paper this is from the pad that comes, a 9x12. It's a smaller paper. And I just taped it. That's it. I didn't wet it or anything. So, yeah, even with larger sheets, I don't do that. Again, also, I got used to doing that because when painting outdoors, I don't have that luxury to, be able to do that. So I just got used to painting like this. And I'm trying to leave some whites. Maybe we'll see what we can, pretend there is some box here or something, just to leave some whites there. And again, I'm being careful to use some, like my wash at the back should be, and I may, sometimes it does happen that I may end up going over it later on if I feel it's a little too light. That's a challenge again with watercolors. Like, I think the best thing ideal would be that you know exactly the right value up front and apply that. It doesn't always work for me. So I just I can always go back later. And again, I do want to preserve this highlight here of the top of this thing that will come. So I'm just trying to cover as much as I can and still keep some of the light or the white of the paper. So now I'm going to continue on this side. And as I come forward, I will try to make this a little bit darker. And one thing I have found that, like I said, sometimes I'm a little bit of an intuitive painter. I don't, sometimes plan some things very well. And then I just go as it goes along. And if it doesn't come out, like I don't, I just enjoy the process. So I think that's had made me a little bit more confident. I'm not too careful with it. I'll apply the paint and then, okay. I think that helps in the beginning, like and I paint a lot at home with, on small 6x9s, when I don't have a lot of time. I'll just take some small sheets, just for 6x9 or 6x8, and I do some small practices on that. So doing that, has helped me loosen up a little bit, So because I feel, okay, this is not something that I'm going to show to anybody or even like display anywhere. So I can just be free with that and not be timid with my brush strokes. And I don't know if that makes sense,
No, it 100% makes sense. I will tell you that all of the paintings that I've done that are hanging in my house that my husband is like, ooh, let's frame that one, have all been ones that were just, I had no intention of doing anything with it. It was just me practicing, and it ended up being my best paintings.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like there's that pressure is kind of relieved a little bit when you're just like, oh, this is just for practice, and you just, you're more free with it.
Yeah. No, the same with me. Like, most of my success outdoors when I've gone to so many competitions and all, have been with my quick draws because we have like a pressure to finish in 2 hours.
So that's really interesting because in that scenario, you are under pressure to create something in a short amount of time.
No,
but
yeah, I mean that for me, the pressure is more like.
But it makes you move faster, right?
Yeah, it makes me move
You're less
faster,
precise.
and I feel that I find myself that I don't go, like I don't try to fidget too much and try to fix things.
Yeah.
So that I have found helps keep my paintings fresh. Because if I'm painting at home or something, I say, oh, this doesn't look right. I'll go right back and try to fix it. And then that sort of messes things up, especially with watercolors. The more you go in back and fix things, it loses the freshness.
Yes.
So you must have seen, like I switched, and that is also something that I probably should have more discipline. I tell myself that to stay in one place, but sometimes I see here and I say, oh, let me just finish this first, and I move around my painting. So again, I'm going to add maybe some blue. I'm trying to get a grayish tone. Maybe I'll use a little neutral tint in here in my burnt sienna that I had to get. But you see in the street too, I'm trying to keep it warm too at the same time because I got too much blue as I'm talking. Okay, so yeah, I'm trying to keep that warmth on the street. So I can always, like I said, come back later and fix this. We'll lift it, and at this point, just going to just tint that paper right there. And I'm careful not to see. I lost some of the light here on this stones that I would probably want to do later on, but it's okay. It's fine. So now I said I am going to go darker, which I did not. It's okay. So actually that is my first wash. Okay, so what I'm going to do is maybe I can actually work on this side.
So Carl is
going to-
asking, with
Yeah.
these initial wet washes of color, while it's still wet, do you use a clean brush to remove color in areas and carve out lighter shapes?
Sometimes I would say, like, if I realize that I would like to get some highlights, like I could do it, but
Mhm.
not always. Depends again. I think what the painting calls for. So maybe if I think here I should do it, I will lift back. But again, it depends on what you're doing and whether you want it. So
Mhm.
here I could have like, yeah, I can probably go here and lift this out. But once I paint that shadow here with that dark shadows which I'm mentioning, I'll probably cover it up. So it also depends on what you're trying to do. So, and again, I would say that I am probably a little bit more careful. Today I'm sort of, as for the demo, I am probably doing a little bit more faster than I usually do. So now what I'm going to try to do is get these trees done here as much as I can, and then I'll focus on the cars, and then go back and add some darks where I think will, enhance the shadows. So I'm going to start working on the left side again. I'll try to get the tree in and these shadows on the sidewalk. So what I'm going to do is, I know it's not 100% dry, but I am going to just put in some. Now I'm getting some thicker paint, which will, hopefully not cause any blooms. But again, I am okay to drop colors in here and see how it works. Again, I think that's just my style. Like I'm not too careful with this kind of thing. So I think I want some brighter green sort of to get that here. And there is some warmth, so I'm going to add a little bit of orange. And I'm going to drop in some violet here and blue. You can see how there is some, this hazy light. And that's why I'm like lifting the paper. I hope you can see. And I'm going to like try to let it run. And just dropping in these colors. And now what I'm going to do, I want to immediately go. And that's another thing with water, like if painting in this style, you want to keep connecting your darks or your shapes that, like I've put this, I don't want to just leave it like this. I am going to make a conscious effort to let it run down and, like get
That's so
that.
pretty.
Pardon?
I said it's so pretty. I love watching that come together.
I hope, let's see how it turns out. But, and that's probably enough for this side for now. And I can also, another thing I can do sometimes is I can splatter some water in it and you'll get this nice effect. I should have waited a little bit more, but that's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to a little bit smaller brush, and I'm going to try to get the shadows on the grassy patch and the sidewalk here. So I'm mixing again my green. I'm going to try to get a darker green of using the same base colors that I have before. So sap green, a little bit violet. Oh, I'm not using enough paint. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is maybe get a little bit more. And there is some.
Sorry, I have not been keeping track of time. 5, 10, 15. We've got about 15 to 20 minutes left.
Oh, okay. So I should move faster. Okay. Let me get my. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to try to get as much as information as I can. to capture the effect of light on this side. So you see how there is, I'm using some dry brush marks at the same time. I'm going to add, okay, now what I'm going to do is wet this part again. And I'm going to drop in the shadow on this side. So what I'm also trying at the same time is to see how the shape of this sidewalk is here. And on the sidewalk itself, like the concrete part, I'm going to drop in some violet shadows. Okay, and the reason I wet it before is, again, I want to get some soft edges. Okay, and now I can actually do this, some sort of, there are some bushes at the back. I'm seeing that, it doesn't look a little finished, so I'm trying to add some things here to sort of close that gap.
Beth is asking, what hues are you using for the grass?
It's sap green, and I have mixed in some violet. It's basically the tube sap, the tube paint. I did not mix today any blues. Like I said, I just wanted to make it a little bit faster on my side. Okay, so now I'm just going to go directly and do the right side. Again, I'm going to switch to a smaller brush, and I'm going to actually use very similar shades that I did for this tree. Some green and some violet. And a little bit blue. And I'm going to just sort of, you see what I'm doing here? I'm trying to make these trees darker. So what is happening is it's pushing the other layer that I had put prior in the back. So it seems that these trees are forward. There is some things in the back, but that helps to get depth in your painting. So I'm going to add some more. I'm going to try to capture the light on this side. And yeah, I think in the interest of time, I'm trying to paint a little bit fast, like I said. To get this, actually use this. And there is these dark shades on the side. So I think I'm going to just get like enough to suggest that there is a sidewalk there. Okay. And maybe I'll use a similar tone for there is this. And I'm using different, like, I'm dropping in some like brown and using the same shade of green that I already mixed. And again, I'm going to soften those edges at the. So. And we have like some, again, I'm trying to get some of these hedges in there. And they will actually, as soon as you add these darks and the shadows, they will make the light sort of appear magically. I don't know if you can tell, like this is actually a little bit clearing for me, but okay. So I'm not going to fuss too much with on this side because I do want to get to the cars soon. Because yeah, that's where you will focus, the eye will focus. Okay, so let's see if I can put again some purpley sort of greenish mix in the back there. And I'm just going to like sort of suggest there is something going on. There are some maybe further trees. So I can cut across. And so now as I went back, I'm making this a lighter value. Okay. And I also do, like right now, I'm trying to just look at what I'm doing quickly, but I will step back and take a look at, what I'm getting. How does it read from a little bit of a distance? Maybe I didn't have to do that. And you can lift some of it again to soften those. See how it diffuses it and makes it a little hazy, which gives you that effect.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, so okay. And I'm going to try to get another hedge here. Okay, I think for now I'm just going to stop on that side. And let's get to the cars. I'll switch out my... So for the cars, what I'm going to do is start... I think I'm going to just leave everything white for now and start with the body of the car and then come back and see how much I need in the windshield, so to say. So I'm going to use some sort of, I think this is light red. I mean, you can make up whatever color car you want. But I was seeing this. Go ahead.
May is asking, so does your watercolor lighten after, she's a beginner, does your watercolor lighten after it dries? If so, do you do another layer or do you paint darker initially to compensate?
Yeah, so I think I did touch upon it a little bit earlier. The idea, I mean, once you do get proficient at it, the idea is you should be able to get the value, judge the value right up front without having to go back and darken. But you can do that too. And like I sometimes don't always get my value correct in the first wash. But the thing is, you do want to wait until everything is dry before doing a glaze. Glaze would be like you are going to go softly and go back and darken your value, maybe apply another layer. But you want to do that once everything is dry. Otherwise, it can cause, those runs and blooms, which you may or may not want in your painting. So I'm being a little careful because I'm going to leave some whites on the bonnet here. Again, that was the idea. So I'm going to...
We've got about 5-10 minutes.
Okay. So I am running late today. So let's see. But I think you will get a sense of, we should be able to get something.
Yeah, and if you finish it, you can upload a picture and tag us, and we'll share it too.
Yeah. So so see how the front is darker, and I'm going to add the shadow together with the as I paint the bottom of the car. You can see the shape of the car already starting to emerge.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use some sort of a blue in the and what I did is I just put a mark, and now I came back with plain water, and I'm going to try to capture that. Okay, I'm going to go to the back car. I'm going to make it like a greenish shade. I took a little bit lavender because just plain blue will probably not look great. So I'm going to do the same what I did with the front car. And again, like I said, I'm going to try to retain this white here. I'm careful to tone this down and going to, where's my big towel? Need to lift this up again and drop in and, soften these edges. Okay. Again, going back to the windshield for this one. I'll drop some darks in the foreground for this car. Get the shadow. Okay. I really wanted to sort of have a painting which everything is there. I mean, incomplete for today's demo, but let's see. So as I see that where there's some sharp edges, I can also lift out some paint and okay. So now what I'm going to do is I want to add some darks to show you how, I might do this. What I'm doing is I'm mixing a very thick paint, burnt sienna and some ultramarine. I'm going to make some marks to, I'm trying to get some dry brush. And there was something here. So you see, I'm just trying to get this three-dimensionality in some of these things I've drawn here. And I can sort of do this. See, I don't have to like draw everything or even show up everything that is there. If I just suggest a few marks here and there, they will give the effect of light. So I'm going to darken some of these shadows. And let's see. I don't know if you can see how adding these darks is making some of these things pop. I wanted to I didn't focus too much on the tree, but I can make some calligraphy marks here, like fine details that would make it read a little bit better. And I want to darken some of these. Okay, then I'm going to finesse a little bit on this car. As I look at it here, what I'm seeing. So how does it look so far?
It looks great.
I did want to show another thing, like on the street here. See, I actually stepped on. I put my hand. But I'm going to add some like dry brush marks again on the street to give the effect of this gravel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those cars look like a picture. Like you captured that light reflecting off of it so perfectly.
Yeah, that, like I said, that was my that thing that inspired this painting.
Mm-hmm.
I really love that. And like if you're walking around and you see this and you never sort of get the idea how to capture that. So I said, okay, I'm going to leave a lot of it white and let's see how it shows. So I'm I'm going to get some more shadows in there. Yeah, so it's like, again, it's just a demo, not a very perfect painting, but it gives you an idea how to save your whites, and you can get an effect of bright sunlight in your paintings. Okay. So one thing I wouldn't want to do is take off the tape so that we can see how it looks. And I like, sometimes another thing I do is I may take a photograph of my painting, and then it shows me places where it needs some adjustments maybe. So and I can add some more darks.
Okay, that is our time. We are
Okay.
going to drop Hema's.
Should I just take off the tape and?
Oh, of course. We've got to have the tape full.
Yeah.
Always the best part, pulling that off of there.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at that. That is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I went a little faster than I would have liked and get a cleaner for painting, but I hope it gives some idea of.
You did. Being able to capture that light and the reflected light of the sun on the cars. You did a fantastic job.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We are going to drop her website and her Instagram in the chat. Be sure to check those out. Hema is just a fantastic instructor. Thank you so much for doing this demo today. This was awesome.
Thank you.
We have a free gift for everyone watching today, 10 simple tips to master the use of watercolor. So go to americanwatercolor.net/ebook to grab your copy today. And we also have, don't forget, Planner Live coming up, not next week, but the week after. I can't believe it's already 2 weeks away. If you haven't signed up yet, be sure to check it out. We also have an Essentials Day for anyone who is a beginner and not sure how to navigate those, first steps outside planner painting. So that's coming up November 5th for Essentials Day, November 6th through the 8th for Planner Live, the main event. And we do have a short video that we are going to share with you.
Every artist knows the frustration. You want to grow, to break through, to see your paintings come alive. But too often you're painting alone, stuck in the same routines, not knowing what's missing. Photos lie, books only go so far, and it can feel like the true secrets of painting are locked away. But what if, in just 3 days, you could watch the world's top plein air and landscape painters, brush in hand, showing you every step of their process? What if you could ask your questions and learn the techniques it took them decades to master without ever leaving home? This November, join us for Plein Air Live, the world's largest online painting conference. You'll learn from legends like Kevin McPherson, Cindy Barron, Kathleen Hudson, Cami Medlick, Bill Davidson, Mike Hernandez, and dozens more hand-picked masters. Across 3 days, plus an optional Essential Techniques Day for a guided refresher, you'll watch demonstrations, join interactive breakout rooms, and even paint along in evening sessions with new friends from around the globe. This kind of lineup will never happen again. You could spend tens of thousands traveling to workshops and still never gather this much talent in one place. But at Plein Air Live, it all comes to you. Don't miss your chance to grow, to connect, and to be inspired. Join us at Plein Air Live, November 6th through 8th, 2025.
Like I said, be sure to check that out. It's plannerlive.com. And if you are more interested in watercolor, like Hema was doing today, we also have Watercolor Live coming up in January. That is, January 21st through 23rd. We will also have an Essentials Day for anyone who is a beginner. Lots of wonderful watercolor artists who are going to be sharing their tips and tricks on how to navigate watercolor. So check that out, watercolorlive.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I'm going to put up the little thingy here. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube so that you get notified when we go live. See right there. And you can also follow Eric on Instagram at Eric Rhodes. And thank you guys so much for joining us today. And before you go, we have a little video from Eric.
Good morning from Venice, and today is kind of a rainy day. The water is getting high, our shoes are starting to get wet, and we are done painting here. We did our last painting last night. We had a closing event, a beautiful restaurant with art all around the walls by Italian artists from the 1920s, and we even went to the Opera House, toured the Opera House, which is beautiful and ornate. This morning, our group has all gone their different directions. Some got up real early and left. Some are going to other places. I am going to Florence. I am at the train station right now. The train station is behind me. And I took a water taxi over here this morning. And actually, the water taxi couldn't come to my hotel because the water is too high and it can't get under the bridges at high tides. So took a walk to the water taxi. And now I'm in front of the train station, this beautiful Duomo behind me. And I don't know what it is. I assume it's a church or basilica of some sort. And today it's heading to Florence. I'll be checking in for the next few days. I'll be in Florence until the day before Halloween. And painting, hopefully. I might go to some museums or something. I've been there, done that, but might do it again. And I will check in with you guys and see you soon.
I'm so jealous. Aren't you guys? He's such a lucky guy that he gets to go paint all over the world. Thank you guys for joining us today. Stay tuned tomorrow. It's my last day hosting, and I have UK artist Nikki Heenan coming, and I'm really excited. She does acrylic, I think charcoal too, and some oil. She's been doing lots of crazy things lately, but I really love her more kind of abstract style, so I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.